Y'all are going to have to bear with me. I wasn't going to do the back-to-back video thing. I was actually getting ready to make a video for Nets Republic when I was just, just going through the media from yesterday of Hawks Media Day and shit. When the fuck was Patty Mills on the team? When the fuck was Wesley Matthews on the team? There are some questions that I need some answers to, so I pulled up a graphic of who the training camp roster is. Now, there are some individuals who I will be exposed on because I didn't pay attention to the draft. I don't give a shit. So there's a couple niggas on here I admittedly don't know. But there's a few motherfuckers. Y'all tell me if you knew that we signed these niggas. We'll start in alphabetical order. You got Sadiq Bey, right? We obviously knew what was good with him. Don't know where the fucking green went in his hair, but that's not here nor there. Bogdanovich, we knew that. Kobe, we knew that. Clint, we knew that. That Bruno guy, we knew that. Trent Forrest, we knew that. AJ Griffin, we knew that. Muhammad, I don't know who the fuck that is. Hunter, we knew that. Jalen Johnson, we knew that. Joyner, Seth Lundy, Grayson Matthews, Wesley Matthews, nigga, since when? When did that fucking transaction go down? When did fucking Wesley Matthews sneak his headband ass in here? When did he sneak his fucking Green Arrow ass in here? Fucking Wesley nigga, since when was that? Listen to this shit. Dejounte Murray, we knew that shit. Miles Norris, I don't know who the fuck that is. Conwu, obviously. Keaton Wallace, I don't know who the fuck that is. Trae Young. Patty isn't even on this fucking graphic, but he got a fucking video package. The nigga got a fucking social media video package. I thought the Patty Mills shit was a rumor. But the main fucking thing is where the fuck did Wesley Matthews come from? I'm sitting down, I'm listening to the shit, I'm trying to put the pieces together myself. Trey keeps on saying, oh, Worldwide West or some shit like that. I'm like, nigga, the fucking agent from the Knicks? Who the fuck? When did we get him? Now listen, with Patty Mills, it is very much a lesser case of oh shit, it's going down type shit, right? Now, Patty just spent 2 years with the Nets, so I already know what that motherfucker's about. I know what he's capable of doing in the Olympics, and I know the shit he did on the Spurs. If he is on the team permanently, and that wasn't just on some Danny Phantom, some fucking fake out, make out type shit, and he's actually on the team, then I'm actually a little bit hyped for that. I mean, obviously he's no replacement for others, but shout out to Patty. He's a part of, and y'all gonna have to get used to this shit. He's a part of the fucking hard hat, put the boots on type shit. You know what I mean? He was. Yeah, what we call that shit? We had Blake. We had, what were they called? Fucking hard hat crew? What were they? The blue collar boys. The fucking blue collar boys. Now, I know y'all are looking at that like, Sever, what the fuck are you talking about? When he was on the Nets that year that we had Harden and shit like that, right? There was the fucking blue collar boys. It was Joe Harris, it was Blake Griffin, and it was Patty Mills. And anytime that they would get a charge or some shit like that, they would get up, put their fucking hard hat on, and put the two goddamn boots on because they were the blue collar boys. I know that sounds stupid, but nigga, you had to be there. It was cool as shit, and you had to fucking be there. I know that is a wild cast of characters. I don't want to talk about the shit I've been through with the goddamn Nets, but that's not here or there. So Patty Mills, I hate this cliche, but he's a fucking hard worker, and the nigga's a fucking bucket. That is a great individual to have come off the bench to run the goddamn team. If he is actually legitimately on the team, I think that's a good pickup, all jokes aside. Wesley Matthews, I just don't know where the fuck that shit came from. Let's ask Siri a quick question. Y'all Siri's might go crazy on this, but bear with me. Hey Siri. Damn, the bitch is gonna ignore me. Hey Siri. How tall is Wesley Matthews? He's fucking 6'4". Let me just check and make sure my other Siri didn't pop up. We good? We still record. I just had to check and make sure, but that's not here there. He's fucking 6'4". 3-and-D technically, But do them legs, you know what I mean? Does he still have the lateral movement? Patty be playing defense on the low too. We don't talk about that enough. But is the lateral movement still there for Mr. Wesley Matthews? You can't see the Texas two-step I'm doing off camera, but a nigga going, you heard me, the nigga cutting the rug over here. But I don't know how I feel about that. It's great to have a veteran presence, and something we've heard from every goddamn team in this media day cycle this year. Something we don't really hear a lot of, but now we're starting to hear it now. The need of veteran presence in the locker room and how important that shit is. You hear Derrick Rose talking about what he's bringing over to the Grizzlies and shit like that. Like, you hear all these fucking interviews and shit of like niggas don't have OGs anymore. And I'm not like speaking on like street shit because I'm a suburban, you know what I mean? I'm a suburbs kid. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know shit about that, but just in terms of like basketball and like having a veteran on the team who's just there to hold shit down and be a voice in the locker room. You know, everyone uses the Udonis Haslem example, but I use the fucking Kurt Thomas example. I use the Rasheed Wallace example of when you were looking at like the Knicks, like, you know, Carmelo Anthony, J.R. Smith, Kenyon Martin, like that era type shit. Like Shumpert and shit, you know what I mean? Like that era, we had fucking Kurt Thomas on the roster. Niggas didn't know that, but we just had fucking Kurt there. The nigga didn't play, but it's like we just had him fucking there because it's a veteran presence, right? You have that shit there to hold things down, to keep things under control, to make sure that, you know, you've just got that. You've got that. I just hate the cliches, but you just have that presence in the locker room. I don't think Wesley Matthews is going to be that. No, he's old as dirt, but that motherfucker, I feel like he's there to do so much more. And this video is more so just to not only just have a moment of when the fuck did this happen, but just to have a quick conversation of like, what can we speculate this nigga's role is going to be? Because we already have Bogey. You know what I mean? So that like 3 and D, not that Bogey plays D, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I feel like that particular role is filled. You got DeJounte Murray, hustles on defense and loose balls in the 50-50. I'm not entirely sure what purpose he fills. I think it's very fascinating. I think barring a couple of like random sporadic injuries, it will be fascinating to see where he can be sprinkled in at. I think there are some weird-ass possibilities where we can small ball this shit and we can have various lineups of, say, Trey, DeJounte, fucking Wesley Matthews, Hunter, and then Capella. Like, there's different options of what you can do with this. And again, we have other younger people on the roster, so it's like you don't have to dip into leaning into the veterans like that, but it's just very interesting. Like, him being on the team just kind of raised my eyebrow, because again, I'm not aware of any fucking pickups the Hawks had at all. As far as I know, it's just they got rid of John Collins and then drafted some niggas, and it's just like, okay, let's see the Trae Young show again. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't abreast, I wasn't aware of any actual real veteran transactions here outside of the alleged Patty Mills is on the team type shit. So this is just very, very fascinating shit. Let me know your thoughts on this. I didn't want to do a super long video because I'm finna do a video for Nets Republic, but I just figured since I had the jerseys up and shit like that, I just wanted to ask y'all, did y'all niggas know that we had that motherfucker on the team? Because I didn't know. This shit was news to me. But shout out to Wesley Matthews, and every 3 that he hits, I better hear some fucking arrow sound effect or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Because the first time the nigga, you heard me. I just want to see where that goes. But that's not here or there. And thank God all 6 of the holidays are gone. That's not here or there. I'll see you motherfuckers.